Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and today I want to share with you my thoughts regarding criticism. Because we can face with criticism in a daily basis. And nobody likes being criticized. And it's a life skill to respond to criticism with detachment and nobility. And if you respond to criticism without careful consideration, you can easily lead to unnecessary suffering. Criticism reshapes the way we work, our personality, our place in the world. And I want to start with defining the word. What does it mean, criticism? Criticism is the practice of judging the merits and faults of something by the Wikipedia. And when I started writing, first of all, I have faced with criticism. And it was in 2015 because it was my first job. And I tried to think about how to respond to criticism positively and try to figure out how to get the most powerful feedbacks from my superiors. And I want to start with the quotes of the great philosopher Aristotle, which claimed that to avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. And I totally agree with this statement because when you don't express your thoughts, when you don't express your opinions, you just become miserable. You become just nothing. And another great quote that I looked, it was the quote of Bob Dylan. Don't criticize what you can't understand. Do you face with criticism your preferences? Maybe in books, maybe in movies, maybe in music. It is hard to accept this criticism when someone criticizes your values, your faith, or your dreams. And I want to continue with the quote of the great politician of the past century, Winston Churchill, which he claimed that criticism may not be agreeable, but it's necessary. And I have understand this during this 9 months, because it's like human body. When you have untrained body, you can feel the pain in your body, and criticism is that pain when you face it. And it's necessary in order to have like trained body, and in order to be a great professional, good person, you have to face with some criticism. And from this statement, I opened for myself that I need to be more open to criticism. And I really appreciate the constructive approach to criticism when people can freely express their thoughts. However, often we can abuse someone with our words. That's why I found out and try to use the HL method for criticism. I will try to explain. HL method is honesty. It's just being straight in what you're saying, being straight and clear, and love. I don't mean romantic love, what you're expecting, but just wishing people well, just wishing people be good. And it's hard to judge someone or to criticize someone like strictly when you love those person. It's just to criticize someone with honesty and love. This is my approach. And I faced with 2 superiors in my job. One of the superiors was saying me like, Arailym, I really appreciate your work. Like without you, I couldn't survive. And it was like inspiring me to do more and more and more. And it was so big incentive for me to continue my work. Or another superior who was always criticizing me, just not good enough. You try not hard. It was something that I suppose that was not constructive because I'm trying so hard. It was ambiguous from his side, I suppose. And what do you think, like, incentive you when someone criticizing? Just how do you respond to criticism? And what incentive at work do you follow? I found that my desire to work depends on my positive superior. And this is a very point because from the Deloitte survey, I found out that 80% of people are dissatisfied with their jobs. And I assume that it's because some superiors or some bosses just criticize them so much that they just dissatisfied with them. And I want to end with one quote of Daisaku Ikeda, which is claimed, "It's much more valuable to look for the strength in others. You can gain nothing by criticizing the imperfections." That's all. Thank you.